Nowadays, stores don't just want to sell you clothes, they also want to help you get rid of them. In the last 10 years, dozens of major retailers have introduced recycling programs to help you clear out your wardrobe, which, conveniently, also makes room for new purchases. For example, H&M has one such program with bins inside of their stores, where you can donate clothes and be rewarded with a modest discount on your next purchase. But how much of our clothing actually gets recycled or ends up in needy hands? It turns out, not a lot. In 2018, the EPA estimated that only about 15% of the textiles that wound up at their facilities ended up getting recycled. According to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, an agency under the U.S. Department of Commerce, the numbers for charities and thrift stores aren't that much better. In 2022, only 20% of clothing was resold domestically. So why is it so hard to make use of old unwanted clothes? The short answer is that it's hard to recycle fibers, especially when they've been mixed with synthetics. Recycled fibers are shorter, which makes the resulting yarns and materials less durable. More importantly, we have way too much clothing. The vast majority of what we donate ends up in rag houses where our clothes are smashed together, bundled up, and then sold like bales of hay. Some of this material will be shredded and used for insulation. The rest ends up in rag markets, many of them in Africa. For example, Ghana imports about 15 million items of secondhand clothing each week. Members of the East African Community Trade Bloc have tried to stop the importation of used American clothing, arguing that this amounts to dumping that undermines the growth of their own textile industries. However, when they try to raise tariffs on these imports, Washington threatens them with a trade war. For example, in 2018, the United States suspended duty-free access to U.S. markets for Rwandan clothing in response to the African country's ban on second-hand clothing imports. The truth is, at the moment, we don't have the technology necessary to make good on the promises of recycling clothes. The best way to build a sustainable wardrobe is to buy less, buy better, and use what you own.